Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time on here, you're welcome. For today's video, I'm just going to be answering some questions. I've been having lots of people sliding into my DMs. I've been having lots of emails concerning one particular video I did. It was one of my first videos. Probably you guys don't understand. So now I'm going to do an updated version of that particular video. Gotten better on the job. Now I know what I'm doing. If you have seen from the title, we're still talking about marriages and civil partnership and what the processes are like in the UK. So I've taken time to go on the gov.uk website to actually check out all these details step by step. I found out that when I keep on explaining to people that this is what the processes are, they get confused, and I find people coming back to ask me, if you are not from the UK, can you get married on a Tier 2 visa? Can you get married on a Tier 4 visa? Can you get married on a tourist visa? So now I've gone on the gov.uk website. That should be your best friend if you're planning to get married concerning anything. Gov.uk website is your best friend, and you have to make use of this website for any immigration or any information that you need concerning the UK. Dive right into the video. Let's take a look at what the processes are, what you need to do, and how you should go about it. So the first thing is you go on gov.uk website. So you click on birth, death, marriages and care, and under that you see certificates, register, offices, changes of name or gender, child benefit, death or bereavement. So if God forbid you lose your partner, you know what to do. Then you go to marriage, civil partnership and divorce. That is what you're going to click on. Then when you get there, it will be showing you all the steps, what you need. If you need a visa, if you want to apply for a visa, what you need to apply for a visa. Married visitor visa, if you're not going to live in the UK, it's going to cost you £100. A fiance visa, if you want to live in the UK, is going to cost you about £1,000. Then you go for apply for a marriage as a visitor visa, on a visitor visa. Let's click on that and see. It tells you prepare the evidence you need. What are the evidence for a marriage visitor visa? This is it. You have to be 18 or over. You have to be free to give notice of marriage. You have to be in the UK within 6 months of your arrival. You are in a genuine relationship, so you have to show proof that you're in a genuine relationship and you are staying in the UK for more than 6 months. You understand? So you cannot come to get married in the UK if your visa is less than 6 months, or if you are on a 6-month visa, it doesn't make sense for you to come and get married in the UK. But if it's 2 years, then fine, because the processes sometimes take about 3 to 6 months before they even agree to marry you guys. So what are the documents you will need if you are coming on a marriage visitor visa? So the documents you will need, you must provide a passport or travel document, which is standard. Your passport should be valid for the whole of your stay in the UK and contain a blank page for your visa. Details of the marriage or civil partnership and proof that you're planning to get married in the UK. So you can see all the documents that you need. So if you've been married before, you have to provide your degree of absolute that you're no longer married, your divorce certificates, you have to bring it along. So let's check what documents you will need to apply. You have to prove your identity and provide supporting documents. So it says apply for a marriage visitor visa. Then you click on apply. Then you continue your application. You can apply for it with your family members. You can apply for different kinds of visa. How long does the decision take? It takes up to within 3 weeks, for you to standard application for a visa. That is what that is just telling us about. So we're going to click on certificates and register. So under that, we are going to go back to find a register office. So the first process for you getting married is, one, you want to find a register office close to you. So, and you can use this to register your birth, your death, marriage or civil partnership. So we're going to go ahead to look for a random postcode and the register office that is in that area. So I'm just going to click on HG42RD, and we're going to click on find. So whatever your postcode, you just have to click on it or type it in and you'll find a register office close to you. So the results has shown me different register office close to me. I can choose whichever I want that is closer to, for proximity's sake, is closer to where I live. So you choose whichever is suitable for you. Whatever register office you find, if you apply and they say, oh, we are filled up, we don't have space, or we don't have an available registrar, you can go to another register office that is still within your council area. For instance, if you stay in North Yorkshire, and there are so many cities under North Yorkshire. There's Harrogate, there's Malton, there's Richmond, there's Northallerton. So you can choose any of these ones. If one, probably Harrogate is one that is closest to you, but they don't have available dates to match your wedding dates, then you can always go to Northallerton and ask them if they have a space for you. So, and in your council area, if it's just one register office you have, then that is the only one you have to go with. After you book the register, the next one is ceremony updates. So you have to book a ceremony. I think that is where your journey even begins. You book a ceremony, then you find a register office. When you find a register office and you're trying to book the services of a registrar, you can just go ahead and tell them, oh, we're already booked for a venue and these are the days that they gave us that is available, if it's going to match the availability of the registrar. That makes sense. So existing bookings, you're going to see new bookings, please contact us. And you can always find their contacts on this website, so you don't have to start struggling. So you can either contact them through email or phone number. Their email is there, their working times, they are opening from Monday to Friday, everything is there. If you have an emergency, the emergency number is also there for you to call. So we're going to go ahead to look at how do we book a ceremony. On the website, you're going to see ceremonies. So you click on ceremonies, and the first thing you want to do is decide where you would like to celebrate your ceremony. There are approved venues. You take a look at all the approved venues. It could be outdoor ceremony. Ceremonies are only held outside in daylight hours between the months of April and October. Don't want to pay for the services of a registrar and they come there, they cannot conduct your wedding. Your money will be lost. So you have to put that into consideration if you are picking a wedding date, if you want your ceremony to be outdoor and not just the registry office. The basic ceremony option is the simplest way to get married, which is only 2 guests allowed act as your witnesses. So that was the type we did. We just did the simplest one, which is we just went to the registry on the dates they told us that it was available for us. I went with my witness, my husband went with his witness, so it was just 4 of us. We just signed the documents. But if you want elaborate, you want it to be swagalicious, you want an outdoor wedding, you want a big ceremony, then you can also book your venue and the registrar can come then. So what are the statutory fee to book a registrar? You can also buy your certificate after you have done all the procedures. You can always buy your certificate. I think we paid about, I don't know how much you pay for a certificate, probably it's £35 or so, thereabouts. And you can pay via cash or credit card. You can, these are the amounts for the certificate. But I must say this fee is more than that. But if you want the certificate, that is what it costs. And you pay for it. Well, we didn't have to buy our certificate online. We just told them we wanted it and they posted it down to us. We'll respond to your email as soon as possible, and the response time is really fast. An email to the register office that was closer to me, and I explained to them, this is who I am, this is my status in the country, this is what I do, this is what my husband does, this is our age, and we would like to get married. And to that effect, we would like to book the services of a registrar. And they told us, what's your venue? Then they sent me, I didn't even know that I needed to book for ceremony first. Then I went ahead, they sent me a link to book for the ceremony. After I booked for the ceremony, then I went back to tell them, oh, we're just going to go with the standard registry office bookings, and they said, okay, that's fine, and they booked in a registrar for us. Securing a booking, you will need to pay a deposit to secure the booking. You can view the current registration fees. Once your ceremony is booked, you will need to give notice of marriage or civil partnership, known as giving notice. This is where people get it confused. If I'm not from the UK, if I don't live in the UK, how do I get married? How do I give notice of marriage? So this is how you give notice of marriage. Legal notice of intention to marry marry or enter a civil partnership must be given at least 28 days before your ceremony. However, they require 30 days between giving notice and holding your ceremony. If you are marrying on having a civil partnership in a church or other religious building, you should check with the church whether you need to give notice to the registrar. So each person must give their own notice and have the correct documents. So you and your partner must give your notice in the places where you live. You must bring the required documents to your appointment. If you do not, you will not be able to give notice. So they will book a particular date for you to be able to give your notice of marriage. Go to the same register office, our council you stay. I think we gave our own notice of marriage in Northallerton, but we did our wedding. Richmond Registry was the available register office as at that time. So it depends. It cannot be outside your council. So we're living in North Yorkshire, so we couldn't have given our notice in West Yorkshire. It would have been any register office within North Yorkshire would have been okay, of which that was what happened to us. So, and you have to go in person. You have to take all your documents, important information about giving notice. When do you give your notice? Where should you give your notice? What to bring to the appointment. So you have to give your notice within at least 30 days before your ceremony, and hold the ceremony within 12 months. You cannot give your notice of marriage in July and you wait till July next year before you get married. No, give your notice of marriage in December. You have to get married either January or February or March. It has to be within 1 year. So you need to make an appointment to give notice at your local register office, and you must have lived in that registration district for the past 7 days. So it's very, very important that even if you are on a whatever kind of visa you have, so even if you are on a tourist visa, you can as well come to the UK to get married. Nobody's going to stop you, but you must have lived in wherever you said you're staying for 7 days. I'm not sure it can be an hotel. So probably if you're getting married, you have to have a family here that you are staying with them, no proper address that can be verified. So you must have lived in that registration district for the past 7 days, and you and your partner will need to give notice separately if you live in different registration districts. You must do this on the same day. What this means is, if your partner stays in London and you peradventure you stay in Bulford, your partner is going to give a notice of marriage in London, the council closest to him in London, and you will give a notice of marriage to the council closest to you in Bulford. That is what that simply means. But peradventure you guys stay together, then you guys would go to the register office to give a notice of marriage the same day together. So one partner cannot go on Monday, then the other partner will go on Tuesday, especially if you guys share the same resident address. So you have to go the same day. If you live in North Yorkshire, you can give notice at any of our registration offices closest to you, whichever it is, so far it's still within your county. I know some of you that have replied your emails, I directed you to this link for you to read and digest. So what are the things you have to bring to your appointment? The number one thing is at least 2 documents from this list, not all of them. For my case, I just provided my passport because that contained everything they needed. Your place of residency, I gave them my bank statement. Don't understand English, you have to bring an interpreter. The appointment will not proceed without these exact documents. They must be original and valid. They don't want photocopies or photographs or electronic versions. Number 1, current passport, immigration status. So this is where people get it wrong. So whatever form of immigration status you have, whatever form of visa you have, all you need to do is attach it to your application. Is it residence permit or passport or whatever it is you have, you can always get married. All they will do is check with UKVI. You are legal, you are expected to be in this country. So for my husband, he was a EU national. So what they did to him, he had to send them a share code showing he had a status. For me, I just submitted my passport, my work ID card showing that I'm legal to stay in this country. So whatever job you're doing, it might even be nice if you get a letter, headed paper from your workplace. If you're in a tier 2 visa or you're in a post-study visa and you have a job, get a letter from them saying, oh, you're not running away, this person works for us and we have given him or her permission. Go ahead and get married in the UK. Something to just fast track that vetting that UKVI is going to do to show that your status is legal in the country. Anybody, wherever you're from, you can always come to the UK to get married, so far you have valid reasons to be in the UK. So it says, please note you cannot use the same document for proof of name and place of residency. and cannot use residency letter for proof of name. It's just standard common sense. So if your name has changed since this document, you have to also attach that, a registered deed poll, or affidavit, or if you've changed your name from Nigeria, probably you married before and now you're divorced, you bring your divorce certificate showing that you're no longer married to this person. Evidence of place of residence, it could be your driving license. I think my husband submitted driving license, a tenancy agreement. For every document you submit, if you've changed your name, you have to attach proof saying you changed your name. So if your passport is expiring in 6 months time, you cannot give notice of marriage. It's always advisable you have more time so that you can be able to give notice of marriage. So you have to add a current valid passport. ID cards are not acceptable. So EU national, I have settled status in the country, and so therefore I'm legal to be married in the UK. So if you have pending application, you also have to attach a letter showing, oh, I've applied for settled status but I don't have it already. Evidence of your immigration status. Don't leave anything out. These are all the documents you need. And also, I think you also need a passport photograph when you're giving your notice of marriage. I'm going back to show you guys again what the document actually means, especially for those in doubt if they can get married in the UK, if they are not from the UK, if they want to come from Germany. You can come from anywhere to come and get married in the UK. It's all about you having a proof or evidence to show your immigration status. So there is a fee for each person giving notice. When we're giving our notice, I think my husband and I will pay 35 pounds each. So each person will pay a certain amount. That is that about giving a notice of marriage. I hope you guys understand what it means. The first process is you have to go ahead, book a registrar, or you book a ceremony, whichever you do first, and you give a notice of marriage. So the last one is I'm going to show you guys prices for you to give a notice of marriage, the certificates, everything you need. So about money, a 35 pounds statutory notice fee per person is required for all marriage. If you book your wedding within Monday to Friday, is 450 pounds, and this runs from 2021 till 31st March 2024, so it's subject to change. You want a Saturday wedding so that all your friends can come around, then it's 550 pounds. You're going to be spending more. We just did it during the week. I did mine on a Wednesday, 1st of December. It was like 75 pounds. These are the fees for you to do your ceremony or registration office, including the town hall. 350, 325. So standard ceremony, limited to 2 guests with no readings or bookings. We didn't have any reading, we didn't have any music. There was no photographer safe because that time I think COVID was just going off here, and it includes the cost of one certificate here. So they also give you a certificate at the end of it. So I said I didn't have to buy my certificate online because they gave it to us, and that's 57 pounds. That's even cheaper than I thought. So that is everything that you guys need to know about marriage and civil partnership in the UK. I hope this video has helped somebody, and I hope you guys have gotten a better understanding of what is expected of you, irrespective of your immigration status, and how to go about it. So engage in the comment section, share this video to your friends that are struggling, they are new in the UK and they want to get married but they don't know how to go about it. This video is really going to help you guys. I hope that I've been able to explain better and answered all of your burning questions about getting married, about whether you can get married if you're not living in the UK. You want to travel down, your spouse is in the UK, you're in Nigeria, you want to travel down to get married, you can always do it on a tourist visa, but ensure that your visa is more than 6 months so you don't have any problems. Very straightforward. All you need to do is get the right information, and if you're still in doubt, do well to go through the gov.uk website, and I'm sure all your questions will be answered. Thank you guys, thank you so much for staying tuned. Until I see you in the next one, it's all love and peace from right here, and it's bye for now.
Hope you still want me, I hope you still